CQ RAYNET. This is G4NRC, call for November Romeo Charlie, acting as control station for the weekly digital voice activity net, open to any members of the Radio Amateurs Emergency Network. More information can be found on the National RAYNET website at www.raynet-uk.net. This is a controlled net, so all calls will be go through the control station. And apologies in advance, is that Greg has written some news items for today. However, I can't find the link to the log file. I thought I had it stored as a favourite, but we'll have to just go off the cuff today, I'm afraid. We'll begin taking check-ins for any station. We'll go in call sign order, starting with 8s and working our way down. So we'll start the check-ins now. So any stations with the figure 8 in their call sign, would they like to call in now, please?
Golf 8, Echo Echo Yankee, G8 EEY. Good afternoon, Graham. Name here is Mike.
G8 EEY, Mike, good afternoon. And any more G8s? Anybody else with a figure 8 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Nothing heard. Okay, we'll move down to 7s. Any station with the figure 7 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, another call for any stations with a figure 7 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard this end. Let's move down to the 6s. Any station with the figure 6 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard at this end. Just one more quick call for anybody, a station with figure 6 in their call. Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard from the 6s. Let's move down to 5s. Any station with figure 5 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard, and we don't have that many 5s in the organisation. So let's move on to the 4s. Any station with the figure 4 in their call, would they like to call in now, please?
Golf 4 Kilo Uniform Juliet. Trevor, I'm not near a computer, so I can't help with the logging today, Graham. sorry, G4 NRC, G4KUJ.
G4KUJ. Good afternoon, Trevor. Okay, no problem. We'll plod on. Any more fours? Any more fours? Stations with the figure 4 in the call. Would they like to call in now, please? G4HUF. Good afternoon, Phil. I think we doubled there, but I've just seen you popped up on the dashboard.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, Graham. I am here, live and kicking over.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, let's move down to the 3s. Any station with figure 3 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Nothing heard. One more call for any stations with figure 3 in their call. Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, let's move down to the 2s. Any stations with 2 in their call, and that includes intermediate 2s. Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. Let's move down to 1s. Any station with figure 1 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. So let's move on to the 0s, and we'll go with any M0s. Any M0s, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, this could end up being a rather quick net. Further call for any M0 stations. Any M0 stations, regardless of regional identifier, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. Let's move on to the G0s. G0s with any regional identifier. Would they like to call in now, please?
Whiskey 0, Juliet, Lima, X-ray. Name is Andy. Very good afternoon, Graham. No traffic today, so in and out, please. Over.
GW0JLX, good afternoon Andy, and noted that you're in and out today, and thanks for calling in. Okay, is there anybody who I've missed? Any UK stations? We'll do a call for international stations in a moment, but any UK stations I've actually missed, would they like to call in now please?
Echo Zero Tango Delta November 20 TDN, Steve East Suffolk. Good afternoon, Graham.
TDN, good afternoon, thanks for coming onto the net this afternoon. Any international stations would like to call into the net this afternoon?
Lima Alpha 6 India Mike, name is Hans, and this is going to be in and out, Graham. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, Lima Alpha 6 India Mike. Yeah, good afternoon Hans, thanks for calling in, and noted you're in and out this afternoon. Okay, right, so not many of us on the net today, and I will go down the stations very shortly. Not a lot to add from this end. As usual, this net is being live streamed on YouTube, and this net and past nets can be viewed by going to YouTube and doing a search for G7NEH ham radio. Please hit that like, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. That's much appreciated. So there we go. Right, with further ado, we'll go to the top of the list, which is Mike, G8EY from G4NRC.
G4NRC from G8EY. Good afternoon all, the few of us that are here. Not surprised, the weather's still quite pleasant here in Norfolk. Comfortably warm at 17 degrees, but there's a bit of a breeze coming in off the North Sea, so that always takes the edge off the temperatures. Otherwise, not too much happening in our area. I've just spent a happy couple of hours mopping up after an upgrade to my Samsung smartphone. Oh goody. So, there's another bit of AI that's got in the works. Anyway, that's it for this round. I'll stay in put, so if anybody comes up with anything in between, I'll try and make a comment. From G8EY.
G8EY, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, fine on that, Mike. Yeah, I got hit with the same thing regarding Samsung updates the other night. Wasn't expecting it to be a totally operating system upgrade. I just assumed it was a security update and just tapped install, and was yeah, greeted by a welcome screen, and a few things weren't where I left them, should we say? But no doubt you've had the same issues. So there we go. Okay, thanks for that. And the next one on the list is Trevor, G4KUJ from G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KUJ replying. Good afternoon, Graham, and everybody else. I did read the news items that Greg put on the log earlier this morning, and the only thing I can remember of major importance was the fact that the the Cabinet Office have issued, or the government has issued, the latest version of the Amber book, which is the response to emergencies, which runs all the way down from top end of government right the way through to local. You can find it if you Google the Amber book. You can find the gov.uk website, and there it is. I think it's all 170 pages of it, but it's a major update of the Amber book from about 10 years ago. So that's about the news that I can remember from reading it this morning. What have I been doing this week? Only upgraded all the Arden nodes to the latest version of the firmware. That's all working very well, and we've now got 5 stations in the Hertfordshire area capable of operating. I think it's only 3 on today, but we're gradually getting going, and one of them has put a mesh chat on his node, so that's good. So back to you, Graham. G4NRC, G4KUJ.
G4KUJ, G4NRC returning. Oh, thanks for that, Trevor. Much appreciated. And for those that didn't get it, the government or the Cabinet Office has released an update to the Amber book, which can be obtained by just searching in Google for the Amber book, and it's on the government website. So yeah, will be an interesting read. Okay, on Arden. Yeah, I've got one Arden node going, and I did update it to the probably not the latest firmware now, but a lot newer than I had on it. So I think I need to probably get Greg one night to, because I've lost all the tunnel connections. So I need to have a bit more of a play with that before it's up and running properly. I have got a Raspberry Pi I can tag on the end of it, so I could put some apps on, and that'll be another node on the system, which will be sort of up 24/7. So that's on the list to do. Okay, thank you for that, Trevor. And round to Phil, G4HUF from G4NRC.
This is G4HUF, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, what have I got to report? Well, I suppose the most important thing to report is the fact that after many, many years of avoiding it, I've made a drastic change and committed to social media. Basically down to the LDWA 100 next weekend. The organisers have set up a WhatsApp group for it. So I thought, well, it makes sense to actually do that. I got it set up this afternoon, and one of our regulars, M0JSA, saw me come up on it, responded almost immediately after I'd signed into the group. And he's not going to be on the net this afternoon because he's currently residing in Ipswich Hospital. So hopefully he'll be sorted out and back out, because I'm sure his services will be needed next weekend at the LDWA job. And of course, the other thing that I've had to deal with is starting to get myself organised for it, because there's about 30 odd pages of information that I've received in two lots from I can't remember his flipping call sign now, the group controller from East Suffolk. So that lot is keeping me out of mischief, sorting out what I need to take and all the rest of it. So that's what I've been up to, and that's what I shall be continuing to deal with until Thursday evening, or Thursday afternoon, when I transport G7EYR and myself down to Suffolk for that event, and a couple of spin-offs at the same time while we're down there, which naturally we're looking forward to. So that's it from me, Graham. Back to you. G4HUF in the group.
G4HUF, G4NRC. Okay, Phil, fine on all that. First of all, welcome to social media. I don't know, you'll be on Facebook and X next. There'll be no stopping you now, HI. And yeah, if you do text M0JSA again on WhatsApp, please pass on our best and wish him a speedy recovery. We'll obviously look forward to hearing him on the net again, and when he's feeling better. Okay, so next on the list and last for this round is 2E0 TDN from G4NRC.
Good afternoon, Graham, and everybody else on the channel. Just listening. I do apologise, but I forgot to mention that when I called in. So just go back to listening, Graham. 2 Echo 0 Tango Delta November. G4KIL for your channel.
G4KIL. Good afternoon, and I'll come to you in a moment. Okay, Steve, all noted on that. I'll mark you as in and out, and thank you for calling into the net this afternoon. Okay, round to G4KIL from G4NRC. G4KIL from G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KIL. Something odd seems to be happening. I did call in each time. I thought I was just able last time, last break-in. I just had silence for a while. Have you got me now, over?
Yeah, all copied now. Loud and clear, over.
From G4K. Okay, thanks very much. I think I must have doubled every time I called in previously. So I don't know if I can take an over now, as it were. So I think we just had our third in a row events. 3 very nice weekends of weather as well, which is lovely. Don't normally get 3 in a row. All gone very well. And yeah, that's probably pretty much me for it for the moment. Back to you, G4NRC, G4KIL.
G4KIL, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, fine on all that, no problem. And just before we go on to the next round, I note M7 VSD has called into the net. M7 VSD from G4NRC. Okay, nothing heard. We'll try them a bit later. Right. Okay. So that's the end of that round. Just to a bit of news from this, and it's been the Chester Half Marathon this morning. Myself, Greg, and West Group with some assistance from Dane Valley completed the event. All went well as far as I know. I did have a text off Greg, who was running control from the Chester racecourse, that he was a bit delayed leaving because SJA had an incident to deal with, but he's probably well, getting stuff packed away, etc. now. So there we go. With that, I'll go back to the top, and Mike, G8EY from G4NRC.
G4NRC from G8EY. Nothing much really to add. Thanks to Trevor for the reminder about the Amber Book. I need to go and have a look at that. There was a couple of us discussing what's supposed to happen with basically the fallback communications for broadcasters. Now, they're talking about terrestrial television maybe being wound up, but I'm not quite sure what they would do as something to fall back to. And unfortunately, well, I don't know how reliable these weather forecasting systems are, but WeatherQuest is suggesting that next Saturday will be wet. Certainly, I moved the centre area of interest over to Ipswich area, and that's what it was saying for down there as well as Norfolk. So I hope that's not true, but well, we'll find out. Thanks for running the net, Graham. Sorry it's been such a short one, but yeah, look forward to seeing or hearing people next week from G8EEY.
G8EY, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, Mike, thanks for coming on today. And yeah, noted the potential weather next Saturday. Although we do need the rain, it's not going to do. Not going to be in the walkers' favour for the LWA. So hopefully it'll just rain at night and keep dry in the day. So there we go. Okay, for the second time, round to Trevor, G4KUJ from G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KUJ. Yeah, okay, everybody. Yes, and Mike just reminded me the other item in the that Greg put in today was the fact of, as you mentioned, of trying to move broadcast from RF to online. I think it was talking about 2034 or 2035. Anyway, that's an interesting concept. Yeah, okay, about your Arden node. Yeah, the really latest firmware came out last week. No, this week, mid this week, and that's got the latest Babel mesh arrangements in the firmware. You and I used to have a tunnel, but any details from that won't be valid now, as I've changed the node that the tunnels are working on. That's now got an AC3 rather than the old GNI 750. That's all from me. Take care, everybody, and thanks for running the net program. G4NRC, G4KUJ.
G4KUJ, G4NRC. Yeah, okay, Trevor, thanks for that. no problem. And I know I keep wanting to say G7NEH since the net started, but there we go. Yeah, thanks for coming on today, and we'll no doubt speak to you soon. And I will log into the Arden node when this net's finished and give it an update on the firmware. Right, okay. For a second time, round to Phil, G4HUF, G4NRC.
This is G4HUF, right. Comments with regard to what's previously been said. First of all, I might go on Facebook, but I'm certainly not interested in Twitter, so we shall see about that. But I'm in no rush. I've survived this long without it, and under those circumstances, it's not a desperate, vital thing for me to do. So, in that regard, don't get overexcited about seeing messages on X or Facebook from me yet. And with regard to Mike's comments about the weather, yes, I've seen the same thing. I use a website called MetCheck, and they're definitely saying that it's going to be wet over next weekend, and as far as I'm concerned, great, because we need the rain. I mean, there's enough warnings going out about starting to think about being, shall we say, cautious with water use, and we're trying to do a little bit in that direction here, and we're not on a water meter, so from the financial point of view it doesn't affect us, but the moral point of view is yes, we are trying to ration our use of water in that respect. But if it rains next weekend, so be it. We need it, and therefore we got to live with it. End of conversation. So that's it from me. Obviously, with being way down in Suffolk, I think it's extremely unlikely that you're going to hear me next weekend. So you can have a weekend of peace and quiet. And on that note, I shall say 7 threes and pass it back. This is G4HUF.
G4HUF, G4NRC. Okay, Phil, no problem. Fine on all that, and the event next weekend goes okay. Right, and for the final time, or the final station on the list, is G4KIL from G4NRC.
G4NRC from G4KL, thanks very much. Thanks for running the net. I usually give some comments about my availability or other words for HF nets, and I'll probably try that again. It's not going to be very good, I don't think. It'll be Wednesdays this month, which is not good for me. Then next month, the first one's on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Touch and go whether I can do that one or not. And then it'll be Saturdays, and from then on, the main one would be the on the when we get to June 23rd, no 21st, sorry. I may actually be in Swindon doing a special event station, so I'm hoping to get on from that. That would be quite interesting. That would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon again on Saturday. Anyway, having said those and putting that, I'm not sure whether I'll make next week's DMR net or not. I've got an activity to be involved with it an hour before, and it might run into that, so that may not happen. Otherwise, I'll speak to you all about the following week, hopefully. Thanks for the net again. G4NRC, G4KL.
G4KIL, G4NRC. Okay, thanks for that, and noted about next week's net. Okay, so that's more or less it. So I'm going to bring the net to a close. Thank you for everybody for coming on, and I will now close the weekly RAYNET digital voice activity net and go back to my own call sign of Golf 7 November Echo Hotel. This is G4NRC now closing down, and thank you for everybody coming on the net.